folks, and welcome to Flexible Structure for Public Speaking. Because what happens to a lot of people when they get up to public speak is they end up at one end or the other of a spectrum, and they're either so natural and of the moment that their engagement is lovely but their message is completely lost, or they're way down at the other end where they're overstructured, overscripted, and lose that engagement but their message is really clear. And for me, where you want to land is somewhere in the middle, because you want that naturality to be able to talk. As we talk normally, you don't need a script to talk. But what we need to do is make sure that we're on point and on message. And that's where a great structure comes in to help you make sure that you stay on message but stay natural. Because public speaking shouldn't be about being perfect. It shouldn't be about word for word. It should be about you sharing your ideas succinctly and with passion that engages your audience. So when you have a really good structure, what happens is you've got the bones, if we imagine of it like that we've got the bones of what we're talking about, which means we know how the presentation is put together. What we do when we're up there, though, is we add the layers, we add the meat onto the bones, and that will be slightly different every time. But as long as we've got the bones of that structure set and complete, we know what we're talking about, when we're talking about it, and what it needs to follow to make sense to our audience, then we can add the naturality of just talking to our audience, and that's when you start to become apparently a really effortless, natural public speaker. But you listen to good public speakers, they're on point, they get their message across, yet they look as though it's all happening off the top of their head. And I can guarantee you, most of the time, although the words are coming off the top of their head, the structure is well and truly in place. Because good public speakers know what their message is, know what their points are, and are now going to make it relevant to you by just having that conversation. You can Google heaps of great structures online. You can find our AAA speaking content creation method online and also in our membership site, which is a really simple way for you to collate your ideas and then talk naturally to your audience. Folks, I trust that's been of value to you today. Jump into our Facebook page, Public Speaking Tips, where you'll find even more of these wonderful tips. And we look forward to you sharing your wins and your journey with us as your public speaking journey takes off.